What are the 3 keys to wealth? Today, I'm going to share with you the 3 keys that if you do these 3 things, you will become wealthy. I've met people with 20, 30, 50, $100 million, and I've always asked them, okay, how'd you make your money? Really learning from them. Reading books. Success leaves crumbs. And you can learn how people become successful. You can learn how to become rich. There is nothing that's hidden in this world. All information is available, especially today, especially with Google, especially with everything out there. Everything is available today. And the issue is we have been classically conditioned through school, through our parents, through other people that have opinions that are not very wealthy. We get advice from people who are not rich. And when you get advice from somebody who isn't rich, then you're not getting good advice. So today I got 3 things that if you do these 3 things, you will become wealthy. Number 1, you got to commit to changing. Because if you're watching this video and you're not very wealthy, that means you don't have over $1 million invested somewhere that is cash that could be liquid that you could go spend. If you don't have $1 million, you are not rich. Really, if you don't have $2 to $3 million, you're not really rich. Because one thing could wipe you out. One emergency, one family emergency, somebody gets cancer, something happens, right? That is going to knock you out. You're going to have to, one potential where you hit somebody in your car and there's a massive lawsuit, somebody gets hurt, all that money's gone. You have no protection. You're not rich. You're one accident away from losing all that. First thing we need to do is we need to commit to change. We need to change our situation. Because what we're doing right now means we're not rich. That means we got to change something. That we need to look at this goal that we have of becoming wealthy and saying, hey, 2 things are going to change in our life. Number 1, probably the way that we make money is going to change. That means we got to change our current job. We got to change our current attitude towards work. We got to change something. And I'm going to tell you number 2 here in a second what we need to do to target to make more money. But the next thing we need to change is our work ethic. So many people think 8 hours a day is a lot of work. That is not a lot of work. So many people waste their Saturday, waste their Sunday. I need a day off, man. I'm so excited for the weekend. Well, if you want a weekend and you want a day off, you're not going to become rich. Anybody who's successful, who's really wealthy, talked about working 10 to 12 hours a day. Okay, I've made a ton of money in the last 2 to 3 years because I am here on a Saturday today. This is a Saturday. I'm working. I'm going to work on my business, my insurance company. It's different businesses I have. I'm going to put in 8 to 10 hours today. It's Saturday. I don't care. I signed up for this. If I want to become wealthy, it doesn't matter what time it takes. It matters the results I get. And the results require me to put in a lot of work. So if those of you who say, I want to make a lot of money but not have to work that much, you don't understand how it really happens. You have to work hard. You have to put in long hours, whatever you're doing. Until you have a lot of money, you can invest money, then you don't have to be there all the time. All the super rich people who are billionaires now, yeah, they don't work very often, but on the way up, look at Amazon, look at him. Guy was in his office all the time, Apple in the garage, on the come up, all these guys worked super long hours. So those of you who think you do not have to work that many long hours to be successful, to build a lot of wealth, you're wrong. You have to. In the growth phase, you have to work a lot. So change your attitude and realize that it's going to require a lot of work. Number 2, you need to increase your income. Okay, great, Nate. That sounds really revolutionary. What I'm trying to say is there's only 2 ways to increase your income. You find a job that is correlated with your results, which is primarily sales. So you can there's companies in which you can make 400 to 500, sometimes over $1 million in sales. But that's about it. You're going to top out around 2 to 3 million a year in that sales role. Some people may make way more if they're in certain environments like software or real estate in New York and LA. But for the most part, your sales jobs are going to be able to produce you enough money to where you can really increase your revenue. And if you don't want to do sales, I think a better route is becoming a business owner, potentially buying a business or starting a business from scratch. And the reason I say this is because I know a lot of business owners that make over $200,000 to $300,000 a year running a business with maybe 2 to 4 employees, okay? So they're a small business, but they make more than some mid-cap CEOs. They're making $300,000 a year. They're able to increase their income. So the only way for you to really drastically increase your income, unless you went to an Ivy League school, college, where you're able to get in a Fortune 500 company and become a CEO, other than that, or maybe you're a doctor, but even doctors don't make that much money compared to very successful business owners that make over 10 to 15 million. The only way you're going to really get there is if you become a business owner, that you find a business in which you can start, that you can scale, that has recurring revenue that I've talked about on this channel, that has recurring revenue that fits your lifestyle, that's able to be scaled, that's able to be sold, because you're building equity in something. The business has to be sold, because then when you grow the business, you grow the profit. It can be sold for a multiple of the profit. So you grow that business and you grow the profit in that business. And then as that business grows, I know people that have businesses that net 15 to 20 million a year. Okay? But nobody knows those individuals, because everyone's classically conditioned to go to college, which I think you should go to college and network and find an expertise and then go start a business. I believe that. I believe that's the right path. But everyone's classically conditioned that a $150,000 salary is a lot of money. It's not. In business, you can start a business and get to $150,000 profit within a year or two. There is no excuse. That is not a lot of money. A lot of money is having a business that is profitable, that's doing over $1 million a year in profit. That is where you will find financial freedom. So you need to have the right vehicle. The right vehicle is you starting a business or potentially buying a business. And I just did a video 3 videos ago about how you can buy a business with no money using owner financing. So if you like that, if you want to look into that, go to my channel. It's about the second or third video down from this one, and you can watch that one. The next thing we need to do is number 3. After we've increased our income, we need to invest that income. So many people, they start making more money and they start spending more money, because a person who lives paycheck to paycheck will live paycheck to paycheck no matter if they make $1 million, $2 million, or $50,000 a year. That person will spend everything they make. And let me tell you how hard it is once you start making money and you drive not as nice of a car as the people that you know that you make 4 to 5 times more than. You know how hard that is for me not to go get a Porsche, for me not to go get a Lamborghini? Heck no. But I know that if I invest now, that my money will work for me. My money that I put in a Porsche will not work for me. The more I drive that Porsche, the more the money goes down. The more that I live below my means and invest that money, and that money continues to make more money, that someday my investment returns pay me more than I can even ever spend. That's when I could go get my Porsche. That's when I can go get something, when I have financial freedom. People out there who look fancy, who drive fancy, who dress fancy, will be on this hamster wheel of work the rest of their life. If you want to have financial freedom, you have to invest. You have to invest so that when you invest that money, that 10% return, I like the S&P 500, you can invest in real estate, whatever the heck you want to do. I don't care. I'm not a freaking financial advisor. I'm saying is my S&P 500 in the last 20 years has had a 10% return. Okay, so a 10% return, well, if I got 300,000 in there, that means I'm getting 30. If I got 500,000 in there, I'm getting 50. What if I had 5 million in there? That means I'm getting $500,000 a year. Okay, and if I'm getting $500,000 a year and then I have a business that's profiting $1 million or $2 million, now I'm getting to a point where I'm like, I can't spend all the money that I'm making because I invested it. Now I'm living off the interest. Now I can't even spend the interest. You see how once you get the snowball rolling, once the snowball gets big enough, the money is coming in so much that you can't spend it. So you need to get the snowball rolling. That's the biggest issue is people say, I'm going to invest later. I'm going to invest later. But you're not building the snowball. Build the snowball by investing now. Okay? So, what this really is you starting to look at your life with intent on becoming rich. And that you're not going to get there with what you're doing right now. That you need to change your life. You need to change your life. You need to get into the right vehicle where you can make more money, increase your income, and you need to invest that income. And that's how simple it is. If you do those 3 things, there is nothing profound. There is nothing that someone's going to tell you that I'm going to tell you on my channel that you've probably never heard before. I'm going to remind you what you should be doing that you already know. And that's good enough for you to subscribe. That's good enough for you to like, to get these daily reminders that I post every single day except for Sunday that, hey, here's what you need to do in your business. Here's what you need to do with your money. Here's what you need to do to get inspired, to live a better life. That's what I provide on my channel, and that's how you're going to improve your life, is by listening to people who are pushing you to be better, not people who are complaining, not people who are putting limitations on themselves, not people who are making excuses that are holding them back. No, you need to surround yourself with people who believe that you can be better, who believe that you can become whatever you want to become if you put your mind to it and work hard. So if you like today's video, please hit like and subscribe. Thank you.